everybody, how are you? I'm back again. Okay, so I needed to come back because I thought that it was important that I tell you some of the other things that I'm interested in doing for the city. I used to work for Scenic Hudson, which is an environmental organization, and one of the things besides my civil rights experience and this book here that meant the world to me, okay, in addition to this book right here that I follow my life by too. I keep these two books with me and I follow them as much as I can. I am not a perfect human being, but I do the very best that I can. Anyway, so my reason for running for mayor of the city of Yonkers is one, besides my story, because we all have one, besides my story of growing up in Birmingham, Alabama during the civil rights movement and getting hosed and, you know, and bombed and burned and everything else. They used to call it Bombingham because they bombed so much. The history was very, 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 very intense. You know, my sister was older. Her friend Carol was killed in the 16th Street bombing. Many of you who know me know that we went through all of this. The hoses, the German Shepherd dogs, the stupid white tank from the Bull Connor era down there with Governor Wallace and the whole thing. So it's historical stuff that you as a child don't even know this is going to be history and that people will be talking about this forever. But I try to take those negative experiences and try to turn them into something a lot more positive. Unfortunately, my sister was not able to do that. And, you know, she was attacked, you know, when we were together. And it was a very, very bad thing. I guess something inside of me wanted to change the way our society is, the way we look at each other, you know, looking at each other as color and, you know, gender, you know, oh, they're black, so they're not as good as we are. They're a woman, they're not as good. And I just want us to see each other as human spirits. Now, there are the light spirits and there are the dark spirits that some of you know that I truly believe in. And the dark spirits are always trying to cast a shadow over the light spirits, thinking that the light spirits are going to outshine them. You know, when the light spirits aren't even paying any attention, they just basically want to have things in a more positive light. So I say all that to say that running for office is very exciting for me. I'd like to get as much help as possible, but I've run for office before. And the issues that I ran for before are still some of the same issues, which is, you know, quality of life issues, you know, clean streets, you know, picking up garbage and stuff like that. It's the elderly that I mentioned in the other video, taking care of the elderly people and making sure that, you know, they get the services that they need. Our young people, oh my goodness, what are we showing them by putting them, we push them to the side, then we push them to the back, then we push them out. We got to make sure that we invest in our young people. We do have to. I know this has been a story that's been going on for decades about education, our school system, you know, jobs, you know, housing, affordable housing. This is all these sound bites. And they're big issues. They really are. And no mayor, and they've all been male, you know, and they haven't looked like me, have not been able to solve the issue because it's a big issue. You know, when you keep ignoring something and letting it get out of hand, it's going to grow into something big, you know. So it's like, wait, if you keep eating and you know you're gaining weight, you know, I watched that program 600 Pound, My 600 Pound Life, and you think, when did these people not know they were getting this big? So anyway, I come back. So running for mayor to me is very exciting because I can take the experiences that I've had and take my education. I did graduate from Marist College with honors and the president's list. I'm very proud of that. My degree is in communications with a minor in religion. I have a lot of compassion for people in general, and certainly I've been living in this city for over 20 years. I've run for office before. I ran for city council president, missed the primary by about 130 votes or so. And I want to thank all the people who came out and voted for me. I am back again to try and unify the city. The other thing is environment. I worked for Scenic Hudson, which is an environmental and land trust organization. So I understand smart development and the fact that we as people are a lot healthier when we have open space, green space, and public spaces where people can go. I also understand that Yonkers is also one of the hilliest cities, aside from, what was it, in California, San Francisco, or whatever. And that we have some beautiful views here in the city of Yonkers, and people come here because of those views. And sometimes they're taken away, and we're not considerate. My job as the community relations liaison for the environmental organization was to make sure that we had, again, public green and spaces for people, but also to keep the buildings at a mid-rise or a low-rise opposed to high-rises where people's views are blocked. And so people move here, they move to homes because they're interested in being able to see the Hudson River. We are one of the river towns and villages and cities. We are a river city, and people like to go down, and the water is very calming. We have the Palisades, we have the Hudson River. I lived in one place, my apartment, that go out on the terrace. I got the Tappan Zee on one end, and I got the George Washington on the other, and I got the Palisades in front of me. Absolutely gorgeous. So there's some beautiful places here. So between the environmental, the seniors, the students, the homeless, all of those things are some things that we can kind of take care of. We can look at those issues right away. It's not putting off any of the others. It's just there's some things, the quality of life issues like garbage and things like that, that I know that we can get taken care of. Okay. A couple other things. Okay, so anyway, as a public servant, I think that it is imperative to listen to what the constituents want, to listen to. There are 6 different districts in the city of Yonkers, and I believe that working with the city council members is important to know what each of those communities need. And if they have anything that's in common, we need to shove them in there so we can take care of all of them. I'm sure there's some of the needs that we all need, regardless of what district we live in. So as a mayor, I'd like to be able to take care of some of that stuff. You can only put so much on the computer because what happens is other people come and they follow behind you. And if they don't have anything that they have of their own, they take yours, But I'm more than willing to meet with any groups or organizations to speak with them on, what I bring. One of the things that I do bring to the table is good character. And I think that as much as people look at how much money you have, we have a man and president right now who's sitting in the White House who has plenty of money, according to him. And I don't know how money makes a person heart good. I don't know how money doesn't makes a person selfless. I don't know how money does that. What I do know is that you, the citizens of this city, can make this happen. Because it's not really about money. It's about knowing the character of the people that you're dealing with. People are angry. They want to put you on blast. I get it. I'm looking for the positive people that want to work to make a real change. I don't have time for any of the negativity. I don't care what people are saying about me. I don't care what they write about me. If you want to know anything about me, you should really come to me. And again, I've left my number and my email, which is 914-308-0204. And I've left my email, which is ReevesTeam7 at Gmail. And the reason why I'm stumbling over the email is because I just put it together. So those are very, very, very important. If people want to make donations, that's perfectly fine. If you want to be a part of this, if you know any news media that might be interested in the story, that's also a very good thing. So I just want to let you guys know that my heart is in the right place. It's going to take a lot of work. People say, oh, the machine is against you. Yeah, well, the machine is not greater than God. And I put him first above everything else. And I always say with this, we're going to win this. But we also say Win, learn, or draw. There's always a learning experience in everything that you do. And I am very, very, very happy to be a part of this. And to be, hopefully this will be something historical that we'll be able to look back and say, some little girl can look at me and say, if she can do it, I can do it too. And you darn tootin' you can. Anyway, you guys, it was nice to have you guys listen to me. But please come out and help, okay? All right. Love you much. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.